Hi, welcome to Addicted to Real Estate TV. On today's episode, we're going to have the Apprentice show. So stick around, we're going to have a good time.
To say you gotta know somebody, or know somebody to get somewhere these days. To say you know that's alright, yeah, that's alright. Cause you know that's alright with me. Yeah, you know that's alright, yeah, that's alright. Cause you know that's alright.
Hi, my name is Phil Falcone. I'm the host of Addicted to Real Estate TV. On today's show, we're going to have the Apprentice. So I'd like to introduce you to the people in the room today. To my left is Jeremy Ricci, experienced real estate investor who's been doing a lot of real estate deals with me. I'm Phil Falcone, author of Addicted to Real Estate. And to my right is Chris Marenbach and Colby Luxell. And why don't you guys, Colby, you go first. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 22 years old, and I'm really interested in learning a lot about real estate. I'll learn some stuff today and get some real estate.
How about you, Chris?
I'm also 22 years old, and I'm interested in buying a house with no money.
Hey, I've heard about people getting houses for a little bit of money, but how do you get a house with no money?
All right, we got a couple of young bucks with us today. And we too, Jeremy and I, are also interested in buying houses. And one of the things that gave me the idea for making this video was that these two young guys have been reaching out to me and they've been saying, you know, can you help us? Can you teach us something about real estate investing? And I don't want to just teach them something. I want to help them get out there and make it happen, bring the deals to us, and we're going to try to become partners on it. So we're going to tell you a little bit about that today. So let's get started with it. All right? Up on the board here, I've got several ways that real estate can be found. All right, let's start with, we got the no money techniques, we got the some money techniques, and then we got the money technique, the real money technique. So let's start with no money, because we're dealing with a couple of young guys here. They don't have a lot of money. They want to get started in this business. All right. The first way in no money, and probably the easiest way, is ads. All right. Call all of the ads you can find. What kind of ads am I talking about? Anything in a newspaper that you might find, anything on Craigslist, anything on any kind of website. There's 1,000 websites. It'd be ridiculous to try to name them all here. Trust me when I tell you, if you do your homework, if you scour the internet, if you really look, you're going to find things, okay? There are ads everywhere for people who are trying to sell their homes, all right? Another way is FSBOs.
FSBO? What the hell is FSBO?
It stands for sale by owners, in case you didn't know that. Colby actually sent me an email this morning of a FSBO that he found, so we're going to talk about that as well. And for sale by owners are terrific because what we're really trying to do is talk to the sellers, directly. We want to do direct discussions with the sellers. Preferably, if we can do that without a realtor involved, is certainly the best way that we're going to do a deal. But realtors can also serve a purpose, and one of the things that you're going to need to learn what the values of the houses are in the neighborhoods that you're targeting. And we're not going to tell you what neighborhoods to target. That's up to you. I recommend places where the prices are cheap and where you live near there, so you can become intimately familiar with the neighborhoods that you're chasing. And the realtors can help you do that, because when you see for sale signs in those neighborhoods, call the realtors, talk to them, find out what's going on with the house. Get yourself a showing there. We're not going to buy houses that way, but it's a terrific way for you to learn about, hey, you're going to start to get a real good feel for, hey, houses in this neighborhood sell for $180. Then when you find one for sale by owner where you can get it for $100, you know you got yourself a deal. So you need to do a little bit of homework to figure that out. Another way is open houses. Just look in the paper every Sunday morning. There's open houses in almost every neighborhood, especially in the spring. You can go to those things without any appointments, without any phone calls. You can just show up and you learn. You learn, learn, learn. Can you think of any no money down techniques I'm missing, Jeremy?
You know, I know with these open houses, I don't know if you do this or not, but there's always a sign-in sheet. Those are people that are buyers. I don't know if you take a photograph of that sheet or not. But the important thing is talking to real people. I mean, the no money thing. We're talking about cold canvassing neighborhoods too, about going door to door and talking to people, finding out what's going on, talking to the mailmen in the neighborhoods and finding out what they know.
Well, that's a great tip.
The mailman is huge. We find these deals where the mailman comes. We ask the mailman, hey, you know any places that people moved out in the middle of the night, places that have been vacant for a while. And typically you say I'm looking to buy a house in the area, and I've seen the sign, so I know which ones are for sale with a realtor. I'm looking for ones that aren't for sale, ones that have been vacant, ones that, maybe there's an estate, maybe there's a divorce situation, maybe there's a situation where somebody moved into a nursing home and the kids are about to sell the place. We'd like to know about those, and the mailman will give you a list. They'll give you the exact addresses. They know them right on the top of their head. They know whose mail's been forwarded and all that stuff. And even in the developments, I mean, we're not looking at big McMansion developments, these big new houses. We're looking at developments where it's a starter home. The neighborhoods we like are neighborhoods that have pickup trucks in the driveways with logos on the side of them. The working class, bread and butter houses, the older, smaller houses, the townhouses, in the older townhouses. The newer ones, you're not going to make it rent to cash flow. So we're looking for places that we can add value too. So the fixer-uppers, that kind of thing. But really,
I gotta warn you,
walking the streets are great.
Well, I gotta warn you, if you're in the car with Jeremy and he sees a mailman, you better hold on, because he's gonna lock up the brakes and put your head right into the windshield, because he jumps out of the car to go talk to mailmen.
Pouring rain.
But you'd be amazed at the information they have. Think about it. These guys walk up and down the street every single day. They know where all the vacant houses are, and they know the addresses off the top of their head. Oh, sure, 123 Oak Lane. Here you go. Boom.
And they talk to the neighbors. They know the situations.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get on to the other ways you can find houses that cost some money. All right, ads. You could place an ad somewhere that says, "We buy houses." I'm sure you've seen those. You could put a sign on your car, right? You can get some business cards made up that say, "Chris, we buy houses," and pass them out to all your friends, and maybe they know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. You can go to vistaprint.com and get business cards for like $20. You can make up flyers that say "We buy houses," and you can walk around the neighborhoods that you're interested in and stick flyers in the door. Or when you're driving around looking for Fizbo signs and you see an ugly house, looks like it might be vacant, you see newspapers piled up out front, you can just tell no one lives there. You take one of these flyers, you stick them in there. We have flyers, we can make photocopies for you, we can give you some. And bandit signs. Bandit signs are little signs that say, "We buy houses," okay? So here's several ways that cost a little bit of money, and there's a way that costs no money. Now, another way that's extremely effective, that costs money, is we buy lists of properties that could be vacant or in foreclosure, things like that. We send letters to those people, and then that way is, a very effective way to find houses. But I think for today's discussion, we're going to stick with the no money down techniques or the some money down techniques, okay? So what I've put together for you today is this lead sheet. And what I want to do is just briefly talk about the challenge that I'm going to give to you two young guys, and what I want you to do with this sheet. All right? We don't care how you find the houses. All right? These are just some ideas of how you can find them. But trust me when I tell you that if you believe what we're telling you is the truth, and you go out there and you put in the energy, you're going to find a house that you will become an owner of or get paid to find for us. All right? Probably 95% of the deals you look at, you're going to be wasting your time. But maybe 5% of them are going to be real deals, and chances are if you bring us 5 real deals, we're going to close one of them, right? So all we're asking you to do, and this is incidentally not necessarily a competition. On the Apprentice show, it's a competition. I don't care if you guys work together. I don't care if you work separately. I don't care if you help each other. I don't care if you call me every day and ask me questions. What I care about is let's make it happen. Let's make some money. Let's buy some houses, okay? So, this lead sheet is really simple. There's a bunch of information on here. You get in front of someone who's selling their home. I want you to ask them these questions. But really, the 5 questions I absolutely must have the answer to is the 5 questions that have stars on them, okay? I did that for you on purpose, because if you bring it back to me with any one of these 5 questions missing, it's useless to me. You can leave all of the other stuff out and only get the 5 questions. That's cool, but you got to get the 5 questions. So what are the 5 questions? The asking price for the house. The only person who can answer that question is the person who owns that house. So if you don't ask them, I got to make another phone call to find out. So you must ask them, what would you like for this house? What is the price you're looking to get for this house, right? The estimated value, we want you to ask them what they think the estimated value of their house is. I don't know. I just don't know about these two guys. Part of me thinks that they might be contenders. Part of me thinks they might be pretenders. Make sure you check out next week's episode and let's find out what these guys are made of.
So if you're interested in the Apprentice program, you got a lead sheet you want to fill out, go to addictedtorealestate.com, fill out your name and email address, download this form. You find a property, fill it out, you send it to phil@addictedtorealestate.com. That's phil@addicted2realestate.com. Send us your lead sheets, make some money.